Yeah, but you're very clear about who you are as a person, so it's not an issue. I mean, you're very comfortable in your own skin. But when it comes to...
She doesn't think she's as comfortable as you are. Now, is
but
that in revealing your own skin or actually in it?
No, you know what I think it is that Renee spent the last 4 years coming out, and I've spent the last 4 years going in.
Huh. Well, it's all a cycle.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Now we're going to flip.
You gotta mull that.
So in 4 more years, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like,
gotta go now.
I'm going to have
maybe
this white, wig.
I'm much less.
Mind you, I have been spending the last few years really looking at, deconstructing all my egos. You know what I mean? The alter ego of Gabrielle was first, sort of like, and then I did that one-woman show, and I just wanted to let the Xena stuff go, and that was sort of my way of doing that. And then it's just been other ways of getting to the root of it all, and who am I? And so solid with an understanding of that, because I do want to play the roles, and I want to be able to know who I am, what I believe in, and then layer it with all these wonderful colors. And that's sort of, I felt like I had to get to the root of who I am first before I could do that. And I'm starting to write.
But they're going to.
You're writing, just started writing, good.
Yeah?
Yeah, a couple, they're very, well, I mentioned at the convention I wanted to do a short film this year. So it's like, and the reason I even said it out loud is because I knew if I said it there that I would.
You committed to it.
Yeah, I'm committed to it.
Yeah.
So I started writing it, and one is about this man, takes his dad on a last joyride. But it's turning into something darker, really. And in the middle of doing that, I started writing this other one about a young girl, which is really interesting. I don't know if I'll ever show anyone this, but it's great to,
Good for you.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Plumb the depths. Yeah.
Yeah. And
the trick is just to don't think about it, just
keep
sit yourself
writing it
down and
I know.
do this.
Because to me, that's the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
The exposure of writing, because there's no character there, it's just all you. But I keep going back and forth between the two, just, trying to figure out where it's going to go. And I don't know if anyone will see this at all. Mm-hmm. Maybe not, but the freedom of just writing whatever I want to write is giving me the ability to say everything, that I want to say.
And sometimes as actors, those downtimes between when you're working, just to have some creative outlet is really vital, so that you feel like you are fulfilling your... It's almost like a biological purpose. That is what you do, is you create words and emotions and things, and when nobody's paying you to do it, you must do it for yourself.
Right. Yeah. Or it'll get stopped up.
Yeah, which to me is coming out also in the art. I love to paint now. If I don't want to write, I'll take some wine and I'll just go.
That's great.
Well, if I want to start, usually I start off with like something like an anger or something that gets me impassioned, and I get going. Good. And it's usually like just the broad strokes of a piece of canvas, and then I kind of start looking at it, and then it takes months, so then I'll start playing with it, and it's very joyful, truly. But it's funny how usually I start off because I have to express something, and it's like you said, it's vital.
Comes out.
Wow, that's really terrific.
Oh,
I've been thinking about doing that too.
Oh, really?
I used to paint a lot as a teenager.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I'd love to see what you come up with. I'll have to show you.
Painted the flowers on the door of your bedroom.
Yeah, I used to paint all sorts of stuff.
What? I'm asking, with what? What did you use? On the door?
Well, I mean, on the door, just every day or a week through a certain period, I'd do a sort of a different type of flower that, I don't know why I did that, but to make a sort of a garland on the back of my bedroom door. Wow. And I don't know.
Is it in the house you're in now, or is it when you were a teenager?
No, I washed it off.
Oh.
I got to a period where I went, oh, flowers, that's so dumb.
Nice.
And I washed it all off.
Oh.
So I guess it wasn't oil. Acrylic, I guess.
Oh, really?
Scrubbed it off with bloody oven cleaner or something.
Speaking of kids, and 1 weekend a month, and you were talking in an interview about the fact that you don't believe in cussing around your son, because this character...
Who? Not me.
Really?
No, it must be... No, I try. You're not talking to me though, are you?
No, I was
just
actually
talking to me.
Renee at this point.
I just knew that I never said that to you.
No, you did an interview where we were talking about the cussing that the character did in 1 weekend a month, and you were actually doing it around the kids that were in that movie, and that you don't cuss around your son, and so I was thinking of kids growing up. So, in other words, it's okay for parents to cuss, but they don't want their kids to do it? Or you just don't want them to learn it young?
Some parents can't help it.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't want that
But you don't
environment
want-
around my son. You know, I don't want.
Yeah, so
You
I
know.
don't get to visit much.
You don't get to be your.
Lucy the sailor. No.
She's in the bathroom.
You know, yeah, we set the bar really low with cussing at our house, so that stupid is a cuss word. You're not allowed to say the
Right.
S word. And so my kid goes to school and says, you know, he'll tittle tattle on Cameron S for saying the S word, and the teacher will go, what is that? What S word would that be? He goes, stupid.
The S word.
And the teachers go, because all these kids are so sort of nice.
Isn't that funny? And Miles was just starting to say, but, you know, my butt burped.
My butt burped.
No. So yeah, it's great. So I say, bum, honey. At least use bum, right?
Does bum sound better to you?
Yeah, I think it's cute.
Huh.
So anyway, yeah. So I'm going from butt to bum in our house.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always relieved that bloody is not a swear word here.
I
'cause
love bloody too.
That does come out quite a bit out of me.
Yeah. No, I'm sure Miles will pick up words here and there because things, you know, come out. But it's only if I'm driving or something and I'm about to have a wreck, you know, and then I say something.
I'm trying to figure out what age.
In the driving.
Did you say the S word? Yeah, when you're stupid.
No, I say fuck. I do, and I'm about to have a wreck or something. I was like, fuck. But then there's a part of me that knows he's in the, you know, in the environment, so it comes under my breath, but it's still coming out, you know. So it's funny.
At what age do parents allow their kids to start swearing?
Yeah, I hope he doesn't.
My daughter never has.
No?
Really?
Really?
No, I think it's a Clockwork Orange effect that I cussed so much that she's really repulsed by it.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's funny.
No, she didn't. She's
That's what I was
totally
wondering.
turned off it.
That is funny, because you do wonder if they're going to go to school one day and just go, you know, with all the cuss words that they can't say at home.
Do New Zealand young kids, they swear as much as American young kids?
I don't know
I
any.
don't think so.
Around,
I
I don't
think so.
know.
They do it around here an awful lot at an awful
Really?
young age. Yeah.
No, that
I'm
it is awful.
surprised.
Seriously, I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in this interview, I love this interview you did. You did an interview, something called Scoop, when you do up in the Sundance.
There were two. Was it Scoop?
One was a kid and one was an older.
Which one was
type
this?
Of,
You
know-
Scoop was the lady at Sundance. That's
Okay,
right.
yeah, the questions
She's
seem
older.
a little bit older. We should wait till the machine checks and cuts it. Will we hear your voice saying no? It'll be silent.
You've dialed.
Yeah. We're not in right now.
We're all in right now. Lucy should answer the one. She had asked you, how do you prepare for an emotional role or scene? And you said if you hadn't experienced something, I'd just try and replace the feeling with something that was specific for me. So for Renee, I was thinking, how would that work with a scene like poisoning your child in Maternal Instincts when you had to poison Hope? And
She used to use my daughter sometimes.
What?
Do you remember sometimes you would
No.
substitute, not that
Would
you would
I?
poison my daughter,
Yeah.
but when
I
we were talking about Solon or something,
It seems familiar, so
yeah,
probably.
you would kind of use. Oh, I
Daisy.
think because I think I changed the words on when it was over my shoulder, in that in the music in Bittersweet.
Yeah, you're right.
Her blood is
Absolutely.
on your hands.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, you
and
did.
she would-
Gives me chills now. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, it gives me chills now. And also because I know you so well, and I mean, I guess there is that sense of you're being a mother and the daughter, and it would be her. You know what I mean? That yeah, I'm sure I would relate to it to being Daisy. Just yeah, that's awful.
But yes, substitution's a big part of acting.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the part that popped into my head when I was thinking about it in terms of Lucy was walling up a child. What part of you
When did that happen?
in the debt? You're walling up little
It
Ming.
was a big deal, wasn't it? That was an amazing episode. I don't think people
I
know
can't remember
what
that.
out there television
Yeah.
that we produced. But, well, I remember as a child seeing there was some horror movie about people being walled up in this house, and me just being obsessed with. I'd watch horror movies all the time.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one that did. You used to
Well,
really?
No.
Oh, that's
Born
so
and raised
funny.
on them. I'm
I
so
had no
relieved that we were
idea.
Catholics because, you know, all the vampires.
Ah!
that I would know what to do.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
That's
watch.
so
So And also having older brothers who would do extremely mean things to us all the time. I think I somehow learned, was very sensitive to the victim-victor mentality.
Wow.
And then probably turning around and being mean to my little brother. Or, you know, it's a power thing. You've lost being very low status and sometimes being high status. So I think, yes, there was some quite sort of dog-eat-dog moments in my childhood.
Now that I think about it, that look on Zena's face when she was holding up the child, when you said, like the older brother getting one over on the kid sister, right? You're right. That's what it looked like, a sense of victory. It wasn't a sense of cruelty. It was a sense of victory.
Wow.
And I wouldn't have thought of that at the time. That what it was reminding me of.
It's horrible. It's horrible. But I think any of us who are sensitive or did have bad experiences as children